Guess what time it is? It's favorites time. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily and I love playing with makeup and all things beauty. And today we're talking about March faves and fails. And I do have a number one product. So if you want to know what my number one product for the month is, you'll have to stick around till the end. If you want to hear a little bit about my faves and fails for the month of March, keep on watching. We are going to go ahead and get started. I have a lot to cover. We're going to start out with the products I didn't love all that much this month. I'll tell you a little bit about why, but I got a lot to cover, so I am going to dive right in. The very first thing that ended up being a bit of a fail for me was the She Glam liquid liner. And at first I really liked this. It was black, it stayed around, like once it was dried down it was on there. It's got the little stamp on the other side to help you do the wing. But what I have learned about this product is that it doesn't layer very well on itself, and it does flake off very easily while you're applying it. It is very difficult to apply with this giant sort of Sharpie type end. It's just too substantial. Couldn't get my camera to focus on that, sorry. It was patchy. It ended up being really patchy. The more I tried it, the more it was troublesome in terms of getting that sort of more substantial wing liner. I will still use it for if I'm just lining very thinly on my top lash, but for a liner to do the wings, it was hard to build this product up to get it to be opaque. I had a lot of patches, I had a lot of pieces that would just chunk off, and it wasn't my favorite. I didn't love it. However, one liner that I really did not like this time around was the Milani Stay Put Waterproof Eyeliner. This does not stay put on me by any means. This is so soft and so emollient that, it is super black, but I was barely touching my skin and it just smears all over. I just don't have enough control with this. And I just sharpened this before I came down so I could show you. So just with that one swipe around my finger, it's already dull. So it was really hard to keep this sharp. And I kept having to sharpen it. Like even on my hand, you can see there's like a little chunk. See it? There's a little chunk of eyeliner there. It's too creamy for me. It's very black, but it moves around and I did not like it. I did not like it at all. The next product that I wasn't crazy about this month, again, was another She Glam product, and this was the dual-ended contour and highlight stick. And I really wanted to love this because I do love my Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer so much, and it would be nice to have a cheaper alternative, but this is too creamy. It doesn't set down. It did end up kind of breaking me out in the areas that I was applying it. It was a nice shade, it blended out, but it didn't end up working for me, which was too bad. The highlighter side also, it picked up my makeup. It just wasn't the right tone for me. It's a little bit too yellow, but also too icy at the same time. It was a little bit weird. I couldn't apply it without it picking up my makeup. Maybe I'm just not skilled enough, but this product was just too emollient for me, so definitely not my favorite. I have quite a few favorites that came out of that She Glam video, but this was not one of them. So the last fail I have for the month of March was this. It's not a total fail. It's only like a half fail. So this is the Lime Crime Venus 3 palette that I got in my BoxyCharm. Just stuck my finger right in that. So the mattes in this palette work really well. And if I'm going for a look that does not require a lot of shimmer, this works okay. Except for this shade. I really don't like this shade. It's very chunky. It does not work very well. It requires a lot of, it's patchy. I don't like it. The mattes are very lovely. The rest of them I can work with. But I just have so many formulas that are so much better than this that it's just not a favorite, and I did not love it. So that was my last fail for the month of March. I want to jump right into my favorites. We're going to start off with some skincare favorites. This is a company that is actually local to me. Two lovely ladies from my community have put their heads together and decided to start a skincare company, and it is called Be Au Naturel. I have consistently been using the daytime facial serum and the nighttime facial serum since I got these products in December, so I have a pretty well-formed opinion on them. Now these are not, you know, Skincare by Hyram approved because they do contain essential oils. However, my skin responds to these really, really well. The Daytime Serum is a vitamin C serum. It does have the L-ascorbic acid in it, which of course is the researched and appropriate form of vitamin C that you should be using if you want to see results. It also has jojoba oil and hyaluronic acid, grapeseed oil, vitamin E, which of course you want to have with your vitamin C. It has some frankincense oil and lavender oil in it as well, so if you don't respond well to those essential oils, don't use it, but I really, really like it. The nighttime serum is meant to target uneven skin tone and smooth fine lines. It has jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, glycerin, so it's very hydrating. The vitamin E, grapeseed oil. It also has L-ascorbic acid, which I don't usually use a vitamin C type serum at night, but again, my skin has been responding very, very well. And it does have a compilation of other essential oils in it as well. But I really, really like them. They smell good. It's a lovely experience. They absorb so well into the skin. I find the serums to be very elegantly made. I really enjoy using them, and I have seen a positive response in my skin. I have noticed some lightening of my sunspot. I have noticed some decrease and some discoloration in my cheeks with using these products. I recommend them, and I have linked their Etsy shop down below. They're locally made. Support your local businesses, and I recommend you checking them out. The other thing I've really loved from this line is the eye serum for two reasons. One, it definitely hydrates my under eyes. I haven't noticed anything revolutionary in the reduction of my wrinkles under there, but I think at this point it would require surgical intervention. But I love that it's a roller ball, and when I keep it in my skincare fridge, it's really, really cold when I use it. It comes out very smoothly out of the applicator. I just roll it on, tap it in. It wears perfectly under makeup. All of these products wear really, really well under makeup. It never causes any of my other products to pill or clump up. I really, really like them. I recommend you check them out. Moving on to some primers. I have a couple of primers here that I'm going to mention now. This is the LYS Hydrating Gripping Primer and the NYX Marshmallow Primer. They do different things, so that's why I've sort of put them together as favorites, but favorites for different reasons. So this one is pretty hydrating. I really like it. It does a good job of creating a tacky base for my makeup to go on to. I have really enjoyed using it. It has skincare in it as well. It's a good primer. It's relatively affordably priced. I mean, I think it's pretty close to the same price as the NYX primer. The NYX primer I actually find to be more smoothing. So I have been pairing these together and really liking the results. So this I use for more the hydration aspect. This I use for giving me sort of that smoothing effect. Not really pore filling, but smoothing. It definitely gives you almost like an airbrush kind of base to put your makeup on. But these paired together, I've really, really liked the combination. It's given me lovely results, and my makeup is applied very well over top of them. I wouldn't say that I would think this is worth all of the hype that it's getting, because this is getting an absolute insane amount of hype, and I don't think it's like a revolutionary game-changing primer that it's sort of being made out to be. But the combination of this has been really lovely, and I've been loving it this month. Moving on to foundation, I got two foundation favorites this month. One is brand new to me, one is quite a bit older, but have not been able to put it down. So the one that is older that I have not been able to put down is my Flower Beauty Light Illusion. Such a beautiful foundation. This is such a beautiful foundation, and I can't seem to find it sold anywhere in Canada right now, which is kind of sad. It is so beautiful. It gives a radiant finish. It looks skin-like. It wears really well on me. It's not the longest wearing foundation I have, but when I mix it with my Charlotte Tilbury foundation, which is very long wearing, I can get this through a 10-hour day, and it just looks stunning. It's just such a natural looking foundation. It never looks cakey. It never looks heavy. I really enjoy this foundation. So the other one was a bit of a surprise, because at first I wasn't sure I liked it, but the more I played around with it, it turns out I really, really like it. And I think it is worth the hype that it has been getting on YouTube, and maybe a little more, because I haven't heard anything about it recently. This is the SheGlam Complexion Pro Long Lasting Breathable Matte Foundation. Now it is a matte foundation, and that's where I got tripped up. So when I first applied this in my SheGlam video, it was a little heavy for me. It was a little too much for what my skin was like in January or February when I tried this out. But paired with those two primers that I discussed earlier, as well as another one I'll talk about later, this looks really, really pretty, and it does last all day. I do not have a problem with the wear of this. It doesn't break down. It doesn't gather into my lines if I use the correct primer with it. But if I just put this on top of some of my other primers, like I don't like this on top of my e.l.f. Putty Primer. I don't like this even on top of my Bobbi Brown. But it does look really well on top of the LYS and Marshmallow Primer mix. I've really, really been enjoying this, and it is so affordable. So cheap. Highly recommend. So this was kind of like the month of finding new concealers for me. So I found 3 new concealers that I really, really like. So the first is the Revlon Candid. I know I've spoken about this in a couple of other videos already. I was blown away when I tried this in my drugstore haul. I don't even need to set it. It looks stunning underneath my eyes. It doesn't get into all my crinkles and wrinkles and make me look older. It's a beautiful, beautiful concealer. It's got really nice consistency. It's thin, but not too thin. It's hydrating. It's got this really strange shaped doe foot. It's like a round doe foot. I really like this concealer, and it wears beautifully all day long, even unset. I'm a big, big fan. The next concealer that I tried out this month that I also really liked, but for a different reason, is the Glam Concealer. This concealer isn't 100% my favorite under my eyes because I got a shade that's too light. But I really liked how this looks when I use it to brighten up certain areas, even in the corners of my eyes, using it to clean up the outer corner in the center of the face. This is really, really nice on the skin. It's very smoothing, and it's also very, very long wearing, and it has worked with literally every powder I've thrown at it. Literally every powder. I have not found a powder that makes this look super heavy. I don't know if it's just the way that I'm applying it. I never apply too much concealer, but I've really, really liked this concealer. And again, super affordable, even cheaper than the Revlon. Definitely recommend. The last concealer is a little bit more expensive, but I got this on sale in a recent Sephora haul. And this is the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer. Again, stunning under my eyes. Does not make me look older. It doesn't crease. It doesn't cake. Again, I don't need to set this, which is incredible because most powders will make me look like the Crypt Keeper. This, however, just lays so beautifully under there, and I've really, really enjoyed using it. It's relatively hydrating, but not too hydrating. It's got a nice thin consistency. It's got a weird doe foot as well. Very, very, it's like teardrop shaped and very bendy. Very bendy. So I like that because I find it almost helps me not apply too much product if I am using the doe foot to apply the product. But it's a really, really good concealer. I believe it's on sale again, and the Sephora sale is coming up. I would recommend grabbing it if you're looking for a new lightweight concealer. So in terms of powders, I tried a couple this month. I'm still trying some out that I haven't fully formed an opinion on, but this one I have decided I really, really like, and this is the Glam Baked Glow Setting Powder. This reminds me a lot of my e.l.f. Halo Glow, which I love. It is quite brightening. It does give sort of that luminosity to the skin. It is very, very lightweight, very finely milled. It doesn't give me any white residue, doesn't give me a white cast. It's just a beautiful powder. I don't use it to set all over my face, but I do use it in with a big fluffy brush and use it as a finishing powder, almost like I would my Hourglass powders, and it works beautifully for that. It's really, really nice. And again, like everything else I've mentioned so far from Glam, super affordable. So big, big fan. Big fan. I've got one blush to talk about that has been a favorite this month already. That is, of course, my Patrick Taw blush. I named it in my spring video of the top 10 things I'm going to be grabbing for spring, and that has already started happening. I love this formula. I do love this color. I can't wait to pick up another one in the Sephora sale. It's really, really good product. It's definitely been a favorite in the month of March so far. So I've got a couple of eyeshadows that I've been trying out that I've fallen in love with. This will be no surprise to anyone who's watched any of my previous videos recently. The Odin's Eye eyeshadows. These are so good. I have fallen in love with this brand. I'm really, really happy I took a shot and ordered these, but I got 3 palettes from them. I got the Alva 2, which is one of their older palettes, and that's the color story right there. Very springy, very summery too. Of course, got the Earth palette that I talked about in my spring recommendations. And then I got the larger Norns palette from the Norns collection, which is their newest collection. And that looks like this. The quality of this shadow is, it's excellent. Like everything across the board has been excellent. Holy, I mean, look at the packaging. It's just all this packaging. I mean, it's just so pretty, and I love having it, and I think it's gorgeous. They are quickly becoming some of my favorite eyeshadows in my collection. So excited that I bought them, and I highly, highly recommend Odin's Eye if you have not tried anything from that brand. This is a bit of an update. This is an update from a try-on that I did about a month ago, where I wasn't so sure how I felt about these. I said I would update you, and here I am updating you. I am talking about the Nakia Joy Pigments. I had 3 of them, and I had some trouble with them, and I wasn't sure if they were all that great. And I could not get them to look in that video how they were in any swatch that I had ever seen. I love these. These are really beautiful. Peaches, which was one of the ones that I wasn't so sure about, is one of my favorite one and done shadows. If you look in the cap there, it's pink with a gold shift. It is stunning. What I was doing wrong was using the wrong base. These do need a bit of a tackier base to go down on, really opaque, and they work really, really well wet. So I now spray my brush first and then go into what's in the cap and then put that on the lid. They are stunning. One of the other issues I had was the fading throughout the day. With a tackier base down, like a glitter glue or even a little bit more of a tacky primer, these stay all day and they are gorgeous. You know, I don't often reach for loose pigments, but I have been reaching for peaches as a one and done shadow quite frequently. It's beautiful. These are really, really good. Might pick up more in the future. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the colors I have. I don't grab for loose pigments super often. I think they're beautiful and I recommend them. So the last eyeshadow that has been a fave for the month of March is not at all new. This is not at all new. It's not even new to me, but I grabbed it back out because I hadn't used it in a while. And I've really liked every look that I've done with this. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Quad in Bella Sofia. I've really enjoyed this. This is not at all a spring color story. This is more a late summer fall color story, but I've really, really liked using it. Her shadows are more understated. They're not as blingy as the shadows that I really love, like Sydney Grace or even Odin's Eye or even the Nakia Joy Pigments. But on the days that I just want a simple, sort of soft, beautiful, effortless, beautiful look, Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows where it's at for that. Yes, this quad is astronomical, so please don't ever buy these full price. Please wait for a sale or when she marks them down or does a deal on them. I got this as part of like a package with something else. I do really enjoy it, but I don't recommend purchasing these at full price because it's insane. It is absolutely insane what these cost. All right, couple of mascaras that I've been loving this month. So I have been really enjoying the new Maybelline Sky High mascara, but not on its own. I don't find I get as much va-va-voom that I'm looking for with these. I get great length though. I get excellent length with this. I tend to pair it with something a little more voluminizing to get sort of that bam lash that I'm looking for. But it is a great formula. A little hard to remove. I definitely have to work extra with a little warm water and my balm remover to get it off my eyes at the end of the night. This is not the waterproof version. This is the normal version. But I have really been enjoying it. Do I think it is like the most spectacular mascara like everyone's making it out to be? No. It's not my favorite ever of all time, but it's a good mascara. I've really been enjoying using it. It gives really good length. And I love that because I have really, really short eyelashes, so I've enjoyed it. It's definitely been a fave for the month. I've tried a lot of mascaras this month, and this has definitely been one that has stood out to as one that I've enjoyed using. But again, do I think it's the best ever? No, but it is a good mascara. The Lancome Lashy Doll. Now this has quickly become one of my favorite mascaras. I really like this, and not just because of the formula. This one seems to be getting better and better with age. It really gives me good volume, not the best length, but these two together are really, really excellent. but it gives me lovely volume and never clumps. But the thing I really, really love about this mascara is the wand. I love the shape of this wand. It's sort of like got a slight little curve, and it has a bit of a heel on it. This shape makes it so easy. I have very, very small hooded eyes, and this shape makes it so easy to get in to all of the little nooks and crannies, and just really, and the actual bristles pick up every single lash, and I just get such a wonderful result with this every time. It's a great mascara. I've really enjoyed having it. I probably, if I didn't have sort of 7 other in my backup drawer right now that I got from like a lash dash set that I have to work through, I would totally repurchase this. These two together are very nice. They don't flake, they don't smudge on me, but I don't have particularly oily skin. I've really enjoyed using both of these. I've got 2 setting sprays, and these are not going to be any surprise if you've seen any of my other videos. The Charlotte Tilbury, I mean, I'm almost out. This is such a good setting spray. I love that it doesn't have denatured alcohol in it, but locks my makeup in place. It has a fragrance, but it's not too bad, and it does dissipate. It's got a lovely, lovely sprayer on it, and I've really enjoyed having it, and I will be repurchasing for sure. The new Professional Super Setter. So if you wrote this off because you thought, oh God, Benefit's coming out with another Professional product, don't. This is a really, really good setting spray. Again, does not have alcohol in it, so it doesn't dry out my skin. It locks my makeup in place. It has the most amazing mister in it ever. It's like a cloud. Like, can you even see that? Probably not. All it did was make my camera go out of focus. It's an amazing mist. It never spits, and it sets my makeup so well. Really, really enjoyed this, and will probably also be I'm slowly trying to switch out all of my alcohol-based setting sprays with ones that work well that are not alcohol-based. So these two, these are the answer. These are both so good. Drum roll, please. My number 2 product for this month, it almost made number 1. They're completely different products, so I could probably say they're tied. The Auric Glow Lust, for sure. Absolutely love this product. I think it just makes my skin look like I am an ethereal glowing goddess, and I have loved it as a highlighter. I definitely use this as a primer underneath some of my matte foundations. I've mixed it into my matte foundations. Only once, when I used it as a highlighter over top of certain foundations, did it pick the foundation up, but every other way that I've tried using this, I've absolutely loved the result. It has turned some of my foundations that I didn't really love all that much into like radiant glowing deliciousness, and this is such a good product. I'm really happy. I love it because it was expensive. I'm a big fan. The Smoke Reflect, just as a note, I love the cream. The Smoke Reflect cream is a favorite of mine. I still don't love the top powder part. It still keeps getting hard pan on me, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong. The cream shadow part of it is beautiful, but would I repurchase another one or additional shades just for the cream part? No, I won't. But this though, this is excellent. The number 1 product that I have tried this month, and this became an instant favorite, like instant favorite. Everything else from that video I'm kind of still testing out and haven't had a whole lot of time to like go back around to because I've been trying out some other new stuff, but this I cannot stop using, and I will find an excuse to use it. And this is the Lys Creme Blush. I have the shade Self Love. This is amazing. It is, I have no, like, it's so good. It is pigmented, but it blends out so easily. It sets down, but not like to a super dry, crusty matte. It has good ingredients in it. The color is perfect. I wanted to pick up more colors, but of course, everything is sold out, like across the board. If you don't get anything else from this video, if none of it even piqued your interest, even if you don't like cream blush, these are so easy to work with, and they're not that expensive. The packaging is my favorite because it's rose gold. Love it. Nice little magnetic packaging. It does have a mirror. It's just stunning. This brand as a whole, I have been really impressed with. The other products that I've been trying, even though they're not in this video yet, I do really like, but I want to do almost like a full sort of review. This product has my heart. And it has almost bumped my MAC Glow Play blush off the top of the pyramid. I cannot stop using it. So this is the color just straight out of the pan. Like, it's pigmented, but it just blends out so easily and it lasts all day for me. I don't find that I even have to put a powder blush on top of this to make it last. It's just so easy to, I can't even express how easy it is to work with. Like, even just tapping it on with my fingers, I've been able to do it. With a sponge, often I'll use a stippling brush to lay it down and then use the sponge to blend it out. Stunning. I just can't stop raving about this blush. #1 product of the month, for sure. Lys Creme Blush. Go get one as soon as they come back in stock. So I have one honorable mention. I can't really say it's in my favorites just yet because I've literally only used it once. I just got these in the mail and I used it today. I can't see why I would ever pay any more ever again for any other sponge. But these are the Shop Missy Pawpaw sponges. I got, 6 in a pack for less than $10. These are perfect. They're squishy. They're soft. Don't pay $20 for a beauty blender. Shop Missy Pawpaw sponges. Go get them. So those are all my March favorites. I know there were a lot, and I know I kind of rushed through them because I didn't want this video to be 6 years long so that it wouldn't take me another 12 years to edit it. Oh man, I found some really great stuff this month. Some of the stuff I even started working with in January. Skincare, of course, I always really try it out before I put it in a favorites video unless it really blows my socks off. Even that we had a skincare favorite in this video saying something about the products. I really have loved all this stuff and I think you couldn't go wrong with any of it. I would love to hear what your favorites are for this month. Please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always looking for new things to try, even if they're older. I don't have everything. I don't have the biggest collection in the world, and I'm obviously new at this YouTube thing, so I'm not one of those content creators that has like the giant beauty room full of stuff. So please let me know what you are loving in the comments below and I might go pick it up. If you like this video or if you like favorite videos, please give this a thumbs up. It is free and it helps me so much. If you want to be part of the fam, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you stick around. Other than that, I hope you have a great day and stay safe, be healthy, and wash your damn hands. Bye.